Yo, so I'm sorry, y'all. We was having some technical difficulties, but we back in action, back on live. So anybody new who's listening, be sure to go back to mochathebrand.com after the show, or go to Spreaker, search for Shots with Mocha, and listen to the first segment, man. I have Amber on the show. She's been dropping good knowledge. All you people who still involved in corporate America, whether you're an employee or an employer, can benefit from this conversation and can benefit from this show. So make sure you go back, listen, and hit her up. Because that's what this is for. I'm so mad that my show ended, y'all, but we're still going to get through it, right, girl?
That's right. You gotta keep it pushing.
Y'all, this show is really trying my patience today. Everything that could happen has happened and keeps happening. But I'm just gonna keep going. And
yeah, that just tells me you're gonna have to have me on the show again once that
yeah, I think that's what they saying. But next time I have you on the show, we gonna do it right, girl. We gonna be going Facebook Live. People gonna be able to tune in. They gonna be able to see us. So next time I have you on the show, matter of fact, after this show, we gonna schedule the next time you're gonna be able to come on. Maybe after your book drop, so that way it could be a follow up.
Okay, sounds good to me.
We can do that, and then I'm gonna have to personally get one of your books so that way I could drop some gems. So we gonna have to plan that. I'm gonna have to remember that to do that after. So we can do that because they trying to mess us up, girl. They is trying to get in the way.
The devil and his friends.
For real, but you can't stop this show. We got this. Can't stop this.
Nope.
So one of the topics that a lot of people are waiting for, I don't know why everybody loves these love and relationships type topics, but everybody loves them. So I'm here to serve. And one of the topics was the art of loving from a distance. When I think of the art of loving from a distance, I think some people you just gotta let go. Not letting go don't mean you don't love them. It just means you love yourself too, or and more. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you gotta accept that some people aren't meant to be in your life for a long time. Some people are only meant to be there for a short period of time. And some people, as much as you want them to change, you can only want as much change for somebody as much as they want to change themselves. So if they're not trying to change, you wanting them to change, not gonna make them change. And I'm not just talking about a relationship. I'm talking about a partnership. I'm talking about a friendship. I'm talking about your mama, your daddy, your friend, your best friend. I'm talking all type of relationships. When you see that your vibe is off, your frequency is off when you're around certain people, even if you love them and care for them, but are they really worth you? Are they worth you being down, sad, not enjoying your life? I don't think so. So that's, from my opinion, that's when it's needed. What do you think of when it comes to the art of loving from a distance?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. When you first said it, I thought you were talking about like long distance relationships, and I was about to be like, that don't work for me. But
we can talk about that too, because that don't.
No, thank you. Oh. No, thank you. I'm good on that. But yes, I agree. Actually, 100% with what you're saying, because there are times where here's the thing: if you're growing as a person, if you're improving yourself, if you're working on yourself, and you're getting to the point you're reaching your own personal goals, whether they be financial goals or just like life goals for your personality, goals for how you love yourself. Whatever the case, you're going to grow out of certain people and situations that you were in before. Like, I can't even tell you how many people I've called friends and decided to keep around as friends, only to find out that they are going in a completely different direction, in a direction that I'm not interested in going in. Luckily, those types of relationships start to fizzle out on their own. But unfortunately, there are situations where it turns out to be a big fight where it ends in an ugly way. But you definitely make a good point about saying that sometimes you have to love people at arm's length. You can still care about them, but you need to recognize that not everybody is coming into your life to be there forever. Some people are just there for a season. Some people are there for a reason. I like to try and learn from every situation, every relationship and friendship that I've ever had or lost along the way. I try to learn as much as I can about myself and about other people when it does finally fizzle out.
Girl,
I ain't gonna get into no details. That's a whole nother story.
yeah, I like the details, honey. I love the details.
But honestly, it's really funny that you said that, because I just started to get over this dude that I was so grizzled. I was so all the way head over heels for this man. You have no idea. And then somehow we started to not it was kind of suddenly we stopped talking to each other, and I couldn't figure out why. I ended up having to look at him every single day again after it was finally over. After I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm okay with this, the fact that it's over. Now, boom, he's right back in my life in a professional environment where I had to see him every day and act like he wasn't never right there in between my legs for almost every day. But another story. So today, I just got to the point where it's like, you know what, Amber, you just got to give up completely on it. The thoughts, the memories, the feelings, just chuck them bitches out the window, because that was just a moment in life. Just learn from it and move forward.
And you are...
Is that detailed enough for you, Mocha?
Yes, because now I get to talk, girl. I get to ramble now, girl. So, I definitely understand, because we all have that. And that kind of coincides with my other topic. So, we'll just put two and two the same, and we'll just end it like this. But it was, don't let love be a distraction. And as much sometimes it's hard to let some people go, dog, and the feelings is involved, but sometimes we just got to distance ourselves for the better of it, and to even give the relationship an opportunity to be a friendship later. It's been so many times, I had an ex I was in love with, man, I mean, so in love. And when we broke up, it was horrible. It was bad. And I didn't take it too well. And it would affect my work ethic. It will affect my everyday. My mind would just be so wrapped around it. And finally I got to that point where, I got to let that go. You got to mentally let it go and be like, okay, I love that person. They not going to change. It's just not working, boo. It ain't working, boo. It don't fit, boo. Don't force it. And I had to leave it alone, because when they realized when I start, and that's any relationship, man, but I'm the type that's emotionally driven. So I can't let love be a distraction for me. It's no room. And you got to be at that point in your life where even if one area of your life is messed up, like your love life, you can't let that get in the way of your money or your business or what you're trying to accomplish, because that's going to come and go. But what you working on is a legacy, and that's forever. Your legacy, what you have, you don't want to die with nothing. You don't want to die with your dreams. You don't want to die sitting on something or feeling like somebody else has the key to your happiness or the key to your success. You don't understand how many people I hear on a daily basis say, I could have had this if it wasn't for this person. I could have did this if it wasn't for that person. If it wasn't for them, I'd be like, well, where do you come involved? What they doing? I don't know what they doing. So why do they have so much control over you? It comes to a point where you gotta let that go. And that's where I'm at now. Any distractions, any people who just don't put me on a happy vibe, as much as I be wanting to keep you around, it is not worth it. I'm that's just, it's hurting more. It's taking more effort to try to figure this out with you versus just leaving it alone. And if we go down this path, we ain't gonna never ever be able to be cool. So sometimes you just gotta keep that ball rolling. Sometimes you just got to do it. You know, you just got to cut somebody off without thinking about it, because if you think about it, you might not do it. And I'd rather do it.
Yeah. That's true. I know me, myself, and I've been distracted on a couple of different levels, actually. Almost exactly with what you said, where, you know, it ended, and then you're at work, and all you do is think about this person, or the why did it end, what did I do, what did they do, had me distracted to the point where I was fucking up real bad. Like, I was fucking up the things that I was supposed to be paying attention to at work. And luckily, I wasn't handling heavy machinery, but, you know, people's schedules and stuff was getting messed up. So, I had to, I don't even know how, I think it just took time. It took time of me getting over it. It took time and effort of me, you know, intentionally switching my thoughts off. So as soon as some of those, like, dark, bad thoughts start coming in, or those memories of good times started coming in, I had to stop myself. I had to say, okay, nope, turn that off. Let's think about this in this direction. Or if a thought came into my head where it was like, oh, Amber, you shouldn't have done this, or you shouldn't have done that, I had to force myself to think, like, well, but you were doing this, and you were doing that, and you still had this going on for yourself, and you still had this going on in your life. Also, like, on the flip side of that, when everything was all good and butterflies and cotton candy and rainbows and shit, I dropped the ball on my own business. Like, before I started talking to this dude that I was talking to at the time, I was on point. I was writing blogs pretty much every week. I was adding to my business pretty much every day. I was doing something. And then I started getting all in the field, all deep in love and whatnot. And he replaced the time that I spent on working on my business. I replaced it with him. I started using my time with him and talking to him and being in his presence and things like that. And when it ended, I was like, all right, bitch, it's time to throw yourself into something else. Throw yourself back into your business. Throw yourself into this MBA program. Now it's time to make that money. Turn that little that heart that you let get all warm and juicy. Go ahead and freeze that bitch over again, because it's time to get down to the money. I wish I would have kept the money rolling. I wish I would have kept working on myself, my business, and my schooling, instead of putting everything on pause because I was all in love. So that's a touchy subject, man. Oh, you got me all deep up in my feelings and like a therapy session.
Girl, take a shot. Take a shot. That's what it's for. Take a shot.
Shit. I got one left.
Take a shot, girl. Take a shot. Feel it in your chest.
Warm.
I felt it for you, boo. So, love is always
that's the worst kind of distraction.
Yeah.
That's the worst kind of distraction, when you let the love come in and have your mind so twisted that you're not even thinking about yourself anymore.
And
you're not even thinking about your goals.
And what I realized is that's not love, because that's more like obsession. And I gotta admit, I'm one of the ones that be obsessing, like addicted, so to speak. And I realize you'll know you with the right person, at least is what I feel in my head, when they motivate you to do more, where you want to get yourself together to just because, you know, where they don't make you want to slack off and not do nothing, but they make you want to do something. They make you want to work on your business, and you make them want to work on their business or get up and go to work and spoil you and you spoil them. It's not supposed to be where you lose yourself within somebody. You're supposed to find pieces of yourself that you never knew was missing. You get what I'm saying?
You are 100% right. That's how it should be. It should be a team. It should be both of us pushing each other up to reach our goals. So if you see me slacking, you need to snap me out of it and get me back on track.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you know, actually I read about a study that was done on the brain and how it reacts to that love feeling. And it is literally like a drug. And it was a study that was done specifically on women. Women react in the same way to love as they do to drugs. It's like a drug. So, yeah, it might be a little bit of an obsession there. It might be a little bit of a
addiction.
dependency, an addiction for real. That's real talk right there.
So think about it, because
so scary.
Think about it, like when